Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me on another of my fascinating interview series. Today I'm talking to a lovely young lady called Alex Kelly, who has a real tragedy, but she's making something out of it which is going to benefit many, many people. I know that sounds a little vague. Let's say hello to Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Richard.
Like a number of these interviews that I'm doing, our main interview is going to be on our sister channel on Rumble. And it's a shame because we've got a lot to say really on this particular issue. It is a tragedy, but I'm hoping that people will, as they have before, go over and investigate. So, Alex, you've got a sad story. We're going to make it much shorter on this. Can you just tell us briefly what happened to you? Or in fact, your mother. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. No, my mum, Anthea Kelly, had the AstraZeneca vaccine in January of 2021, and she died within 4 days. Very long story short, obviously more explained.
Yes.
On the video, but we eventually got an inquest and had that confirmed.
And yes, so there was a whole load of trouble getting to the inquest, which we will explain, because it's something that people may have to do themselves.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's not an easy task,
Yeah,
exactly. And unfortunately, I mean, for you, as people will see when they go over, and I hope they will go over, and we won't dwell on everything here because I don't want to make you go through the whole thing again for your own benefit. But your brother. You also lost your brother, but not so much to not at all to the vaccine, but to the virus.
That's right. As I say, Mum passed away in January 21 and my brother in January 22. He had to go into ICU. He had caught the virus, and he had underlying health issues, which I would obviously hear about in the video, but he had to go in, and sadly he died in January of 22.
Which I mean, you know, losing your mother, who was 71, I think you said.
Yeah, 71, and my brother was 43. That's them there.
Yeah.
In the back.
Oh, yeah, there they are. Yeah. A terrible tragedy. But you didn't take this lying down because you know the vaccine you felt had been not the best thing to take for your mother, he says, putting it mildly on YouTube.
That's right.
Delicately as we have to. And so you had the inquest, which you won, and you had difficulties with the coroner. But as a result of this, you're doing something quite extraordinary. Can you tell us what that is?
Because of the what I've gone through, my experience, and then other people with the various campaigns I'm with and groups I'm with, hearing what they're going through, not just bereaved, but also those that are injured.
Yes.
I've just literally this week set up, with the help of the legal wording of Peter Todd, who was the medical lawyer, set up a Patreon platform so that we can get the legal ball rolling for those that are injured and bereaved, because somebody's got to start somewhere. There's no help out there. Nobody's listening to us, obviously, which I explain more in later in the video.
Absolutely. So this is a place for those people who are, as you say, are bereaved or are harmed, can help to get some sort of justice, or at least get some legal advice, or start that ball rolling.
Yes, I mean, it's a tricky one. I really anybody knows can offer any advice, I'd be really happy. But I have, as I say, set that platform up because we've got to start somewhere. Peter Todd has sorry, can I mention his name?
Yes, of course.
Okay. He's been amazing, and a lot of the community know who he is.
Right.
But he's given me a lot of the pointers, and he said there isn't a platform like this, so people, who has money sitting around to pay legal fees, especially in this climate, you don't.
No.
But we've got to start. If it's an hour of his time or another lawyer's time that we can help with, then that's what we want to do. If it's a question of, like my mum, something needs to be looked into because of a death, I wanted to get to that, but it's getting the patron numbers up. So so it's £1 a month.
So you set up a Patreon account.
Yes.
And obviously
in my mum's name.
Yeah. In your mum's name, and you're, in order to fund this, it is that people power thing, the crowdfunding thing of trying
it's
to
the
get
same thing. Different thing with this is rather than a one-off, you become a patron. So as I say, I've set it at £1.
Yes.
There are 2 other tiers, but that's just because people asked me to put that on. But I've set. I was just going to do £1 because I thought, well, you know, money's tight for people.
Yes. So we have a very long conversation, well, not a hugely long conversation, but we have a detailed conversation, I should say, in which we go into this in very personal detail, and it's definitely worth going to the Rumble account. The link will be in the description, and also how you can get involved, how you can help, and also how you can talk to Alex if you are one of those people who are injured or have a bereavement. And just even if, I suppose, if they just want some words of comfort or directions or places or people to go and talk to, I fear you might get swamped.
Well, it'll go to the fantastic UKCV family. I'll give you the link for that. And that they are the amazing community that have helped me massively. So I'll give you that link, and people, if they're injured or bereaved or just or supporting someone who is, they can go to that. And it's, as I say, sadly, it's a growing community.
Yes.
But the support's fantastic. And also, I will give you the Truth Be Told link for the campaign that is separate to that. But Fiona runs that. And people can see what they could do with the campaign that it's going to continue into March, that she's trying to bring awareness as well in her own campaign. So I will send you those links.
Brilliant. Alex, thank you very much for your time. Much
Thank
longer
you,
and more detailed on the Rumble channel. So please go and check that out immediately. And I wish you well, Alex, because it's an incredibly worthy cause. I mean, it's going to be essential and a lifeline for many people, I think.
We've got to do something, Richard. We've got to do something. Yeah.
And I think there's lots of people in the similar situation going, but I don't know what to do. And supporting what you're doing, I think, is a brilliant start.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So over to Rumble with you all. That would be fantastic. And I'll be back again with more interviews and that sort of thing in the future. Bye-bye for now.